Hi, I'm Dargie and this is 5 Minute Photography, where we break down photography learning into chunks of 5 minutes or less. Today we're talking about neutral density filters, or ND filters. What is a neutral density filter and how can you use it to help your photography? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give the video the thumbs up, that really helps. And if you want to get my free ebook 3 Steps to Better Photographs, head to my website grahamdargie.com. Okay, let's talk photography. A neutral density filter is an opaque piece of glass that fits in front of your camera lens and causes you to have a longer shutter speed. If you want to know more about shutter speed, check out my shutter speed video here. ND filters come in different strengths, from 1 stop, which would double your shutter speed, to 10 stops, which would multiply your shutter speed by about 1,000, and you can even get filters which are stronger than that. NDs come in 2 types: round, which can screw onto the front of your lens, and square, which you attach with the use of a filter kit. When the filter is attached to your camera, the scene effectively becomes darker, which means you have to have a longer shutter speed to have a well exposed picture. Typically, ND filters are used by landscape photographers who want to have a longer shutter speed to show movement in water, clouds, or trees, foliage, grass, whatever is moving in the image. A great example is if you're photographing a waterfall. Say you're shooting that in normal daytime conditions with narrow aperture, low ISO, and your shutter speed might just land on, say, a 30th of a second. If you use a 6-stop filter at a 30th of a second, that effectively changes the shutter speed to 2 seconds, and that is the perfect shutter speed for photographing a waterfall. If you want to know more about waterfall photography, check out my tutorial. If you want to shoot an even longer exposure, you could use a 10-stop filter. That can force your shutter speed to go into 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 8 minutes even, depends on the conditions. That can transform a bland or blustery scene into something that's much more calm and serene by smoothing out the movement in water and in the clouds. Using the camera in manual mode, set up your shot and balance the exposure meter as you normally would. Add the ND filter and you'll see the exposure meter offset to the minus side to tell you the photo would now be underexposed thanks to the ND filter. Now balance the exposure meter again using the shutter speed and take your shot. If you use the camera in aperture priority, shutter priority, or program, then the camera should take care of the exposure for you. ND filters can also be used for a technique called ICM, or intentional camera movement. This is where you deliberately want a shutter speed of a few seconds to allow you to move the camera and create an abstract shot. If you're shooting in conditions that won't allow you to get a wide enough aperture, you could also use the ND filter to help with that. If you're using studio equipment or portable flash, you can be working within a tight range of settings, partly because you're working to the camera's sync speed, which is about a 200th of a second, so you won't always be able to open up the aperture to the place that you want it to be. Using a 2-stop ND filter would allow you to change your f number from, say, f5.6 to f2.8 using the flashes, and that would give you a much shallower depth of field. If you want to experiment with ND filters but you don't want to spend a fortune, why not start with a cheap Amazon or eBay filter? But don't forget to buy one that's the right size for your lens. You can find the size of your lens inside the lens cap. In summary, a neutral density filter is a great addition to your kit, especially if you want to experiment with waterfall photography or those long exposure shots where you smooth out the water and the clouds to get that peaceful, serene look in your landscape shots. Okay, thanks so much for watching. I hope you took something away from that video. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see new videos as they come up, and hit the thumbs up, it really makes a difference. If you want to know more about what I do, check my website grahamdargie.com, where you can find out about my photography, tuition, tours and safaris, and you can get my free ebook and Intro to DSLR cheat sheet. That's it, stay safe, enjoy your photography, I'll see you out there.